Hey everybody. Um, I wanted to make a quick video of this just to sort of talk about it and throw it out there. See if anybody was interested, but also get a perspective of what I was doing with this or what I was thinking. I have written, I have taken the Glazunov Saxophone Concerto and I have arranged it for saxophone quartet. I, you could think about what that is, what that means. I have gotten a lot of positive feedback. I've also gotten a lot of negative feedback. And all I can say is the positive feedback has been from the people that count. When it comes to, music and it comes to whose opinions really matter, the people that have bolstered me have been people that, I really trust what they say. The negative was surprising, but it's out there. It's out there, and it happened, and it's unfortunate. This is not just a piece. I mean, this is something bigger, and I really enjoyed doing what I did because I don't feel I just did it just to do it. I think some people think that I just wrote it to write it, but no. Maybe when I first started it, I was like, "Oh man, this is cool. Let me just write some," and then next day, well, let me write some more, and this is just happening. Yeah, no. The I felt it was just something for fun, just a frivolous thing to do, but then I actually started seeing it take form, and it became something more important, something serious, something that needed to be done. And the people that are, that have only had negative comments for me, I don't think that they think that they're wrong at all. And I don't know if I can convince them, but considering the terms of law and everything involved, I could totally take this piece and rewrite it, or not rewrite it, but arrange it, no problem. So I don't know, I'm just sort of annoyed by that. But I mean, people are going to say what they say. That's all there is to it. So I had to deal with it. It didn't feel good, but I still have my published work out there, and it's out there. Again, the link to that is down below. I'll put that down there. It's published by Potenza Music. It's a small publishing house. Those guys are over there. They're excellent. They were. I went to them after getting advice from one composer that I know well, that just puts out amazing works, and he told me check them out. So I said sure. I'll go with what you say, and I was rejected a few times by other publishing houses. I'm going to call them publishing houses. I was rejected a few times, and it did sting, but I thought, okay, if that's going to happen, that's going to happen. So I was told no. I was told we don't need that at this time. I was told, if you go back and redo it and everything. And again, these were all hits, but that's how life is. So I came to my next choice, because I just remembered. Oh yeah, he told me about Potenza, potenzamusic.com. So I went, called them, talked to them, explained things. They explained some things, and I gave them a sample, quick rundown of what I was doing, and they said yes, we will publish it. So I was very happy. That's one of the, really, to be honest, that's one of the achievements of my lifetime, being able to have something published and out there. So I got it published. It worked. It's for two altos, a tenor, and a baritone sax. And I got, like I said, I got a lot of positive feedback and some very negative feedback. And that was just unfortunate. But that negative feedback was, I feel, based on people's tastes. Taste is your opinion about things. And, my opinion is I think that this is a valid thing that is out there. I also think that it's a very cool thing because as long as somebody's playing the solo part, for whatever reason, that means you can put this quartet together really quick because the other alto, tenor, and bari parts, they're not very difficult. It's just about being a small orchestra. That's all it is. So with that being said, when I finally got about a third of the way through, I realized that I could hear the interplay between all the parts. Everything was sort of coming together. When you listen to the orchestral, that doesn't really happen. You have the orchestra, and it accompanies the saxophone. Orchestra, saxophone. And that's the way I feel they are sometimes. Very separate. But when I wrote it out, I realized everything was, like I said, everything in four saxophones is just rock solid linked together. All the patterns work all together. So I thought it was pretty amazing that it did that, and I could see it in the saxophones like that. So it became, less of a cool thing, and it became more of this is a work, or this is an arrangement that shows how these voices interplay. I thought that was so cool because I got to see them working back and forth. It wasn't just a solo party anymore. It was this part that is sort of ingrained into the whole work, and I like it like that. Some people don't like it like that, but again, this is music, and this is sax music, and classical saxophone is not a thing that everybody listens to. And some people, along the way in the past 7 months since I got it done, some people are very curious and very interested as to how it would sound and how it would be pulled off. So, there's a lot of criticism, positive and negative, along the way. That's just something I figured I would expect. But in any case, I don't know why people would speak, in such a negative way. But all I was trying to do is create something that can help to teach about this. And I think that's important because, anytime we can advance our solos, and advance our playing, that's a chance to learn. A chance to get up off of that plateau and go to higher levels. So I feel this quartet, even though I think it as a quartet, it's pretty cool, I also think that it serves as a learning device. I think we can learn about the orchestral through the saxophones that we play. And I don't know, I just think that that's sort of important so that way you can appreciate the work as a whole. We look at just the sax part, concerto for saxophone, but we don't really realize what everybody is doing back there. When you change all the three saxes into the orchestra, you end up finding out that it's not just like a concerto, Now, I may have changed a few, or things may be much different on saxophones, but I thought it was interesting, changing it into four saxes together. The alto sax, the alto sax lead has even more music in it because I'm trying to fulfill in the piece, the work, I'm trying to fulfill that quartet, that whole four voicing deal. So when I wrote it, I had to put extra parts in the alto one part. Makes it a little bit more, tough sometimes. There's you got to really conserve your air. You really got to work efficiently because you could get tired. But as a whole, I think the piece can really stand alone and do well. I think it sounds good. I've practiced through parts. I've played along with people, putting it together throughout those months, and I think it works really well. And I'm just interested in hearing people, play it or try to play it or whatever. It's something that's very, in a way, it can be cliche at times because everyone plays it for juries, for performances, just to do whatever. But I wanted to take something that we as classical saxophonists do or work on. All of us know about it, and jazzers as well. They know about it because they probably did it in their own juries in college. But I just want to put something out there, to help people learn. And if they want to play it and perform it, they can do that. And hopefully, in some way, I can expand people's ideas when it comes to understanding this concerto through my arrangement. If you do take the if you do have interest in the quartet, tell me about it, so that way I can give you some information. I can talk to you about it. Just send me a message or whatever, and then we'll go ahead and get to that. Otherwise, whatever. If you want to get it, get it. And if not, no problem. It's just something I was trying to put out there. I'm going to try and do other things later as well. But that's my experience with it so far. Have a good one.